Welcome to the Every Citizen Online SharePoint Training Instruction video. The purpose of this video is to provide new SharePoint users basic instruction on the use of Connect Ohio's Every Citizen Online SharePoint site. The ECO SharePoint site is designed to provide an easy-to-use tool to schedule classes and manage the status of participants. Each subrecipient will have a dedicated web portal that cannot be viewed by other subrecipients. A link to the SharePoint site and password will be sent via email to the subrecipient's main contact. This site will be used by all subrecipients' training locations. The same login information will be used by all users within an organization, so each subrecipient should send the login information to anyone that will need access to the site. Subrecipients, for instance, that will have their instructors, program coordinators, and/or fiscal officers enter or view data should forward on the login information to all of those individuals. So before we go to the SharePoint site, please note that Internet Explorer is needed to properly use and view SharePoint. Some functions may work on other browsers, however, the use of other browsers is not recommended. So now you can see the ECO training site, which will basically be very similar to what you would see when you first log in. On the left-hand side, you'll see the quick launch menu, where you can enter participants, classes, instructors, sessions. You can access internal documents, and you can also access ECO shared documents. We'll go over all of these sections in later videos. Users will see a listing for participants registered, registrants by class group, classes, and sessions. When first logging in, you will not see information populated below any of these sections until someone from your organization has populated those with information. We're going to go over to the registrants by class group, and here you'll see a plus sign by each class grouping. When you click on these throughout SharePoint, this will expand the group so you can see all of the records within that group. So for instance, you'll see that 3 participants have been registered to this class group. So that's actually all that we're going to cover in this introductory video. However, I do want to point out why it is so important to enter all of your SharePoint data into SharePoint as quickly as possible. SharePoint data entry should be completed on a daily basis if you're holding classes regularly. If an organization holds classes once or twice a month, updates should be made in SharePoint immediately following that class completion. Before submitting an invoice to Connect Ohio, users should verify that the items being billed are verified in SharePoint. If the two do not match, this will delay processing of any invoices. In addition, keep in mind that Connect Ohio staff pull all SharePoint data on a monthly basis, beginning the first of each month. If users are delayed in entering the previous month's data, it will not be reflected properly in the monthly statistics. So thanks so much for joining us today. Again, the other videos in this series are going to cover adding an instructor, adding a class, adding a session, adding a participant, and it will also include bulk data entry, custom views, documents and ECO shared documents, and other helpful tools. Thanks so much, and please watch the other videos.